Hello guys and welcome to the class. I hope you are doing good. Today we're going to start with the review of unit number 5. Let's begin with the date, guys. What date is today? So today is Friday, April the 23rd, 2021. And well, the question of how is the weather is for you guys. Let's begin directly with the review. We're going to start with the review of the unit number 5. Why do we need a vacation? We're going to start with the vocabulary. The vocabulary is about tourist attractions, for example, amusement park, aquarium, art museum, beach, historic center, mountains, street market, and zoo. The adjectives that we have can be used to describe how do we think that these places are. For example, beautiful, boring, crowded, fun, great, noisy, and terrible. So we can create expressions like the amusement park is fun. For example, the aquarium is great, right? The art museum is crowded. Maybe the historic center is terrible, right? This kind of expressions. Then we're going to work with the grammar, okay? Verb to be, was and were. So guys, let's remember that the verb to be is an irregular verb, okay? In the past, we're going to have two options, two forms to use it. First one is was, that can be used for I, he, she, and it. I was a student. He was in Mexico. She was Canada, for example, and it was a puppy. Right now, it is a dog. We also have were for plurals for we, you, and they. Okay, for example, we were in a concert. You were in Alfredo Nobel School. They were in Quetzaltenango. Okay, where? Okay, guys, now it's time to work on the book, pages number 80 and 81. Okay, guys, so now it's time to work. Let's go to the page number 80 and page 81. We're going to work the review. Okay, exercise number 1. Label the places. Okay, so we're going to take a look to the place. For example, he is at an. Well, what do you think? If you have questions about this, remember you can always return to the page number 5, 4 and 5, where you can see all the vocabulary. We have amusement park, aquarium, art museum, beach, historic center, mountains, street, market, and zoo. Okay, so let's return to the page 81. So where is he, right? He's at N, they are at, I don't know, they are at he's on So you have to complete these statements with the correct places. If we continue and we go to the exercise number 2, we have mark. We can see a check, right? Check the correct adjective. The correct adjectives. Okay, so the street market is so great or crowded. How we can find out the correct option? Well, we can read the rest of the expression, or we can read the second statement. There are too many people at the stalls. Okay. Number 2, Alice thinks that the aquariums are boring or fun. She says fish aren't interesting at all. So, well, number 3, the zoo is in our city. Number 3, the zoo in our city is, the way the animals are treated is horrible. So what do you think? Beautiful or terrible? Number 4, the art museum is really, visitors talk a lot there. They are never quiet. So we have noisy and interesting. And number 5, do you think the amusement park is it exciting and entertaining? So what do you think? Fun or boring? Well, then we have the exercise number 3. Complete the description words with vowels. Okay? So remember that the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So you have to use the vowels in order to complete the description words or adjectives. Okay, so once again, you can return to the page number 5 and take a look to the vocabulary in order to find out some help. Okay, guys, now it's time to work the exercise number 4. The instructions are: look at the table, then complete the sentences with was, were, wasn't, or weren't. Remember that was and wasn't are for singulars, and that were and weren't are for plurals. Okay? So, what we have here, guys, basically is a table that describes the activities that some tourists had last August 30, right? The person that was the responsible of all the group was Harriet Stevens. Okay, so we have here the names of the persons. We can start with Akira and Meiko, Josh, the Johnson family, okay, Hans, James, and Stephen. Also, we can see their nationality. For example, the first two persons are Japanese. Okay, Josh is American. The Johnson family is British. Okay, Hans is German. James and Stephen are Australian. Okay, so they had the option to visit two places or to stay in two places, for one in the morning and another one in the afternoon. Okay, the attraction at 9 a.m. for Akira and Meiko was Museum of Modern Art. Okay, and then they had at 2 p.m. Sea Life Aquarium. Josh was the County Street Market and Cocoa Beach in the afternoon. In the morning, the Johnson family were in the Wild World Zoo. Okay, and in the afternoon they went to the Museum of Modern Art. Hans was at the Sea Life Aquarium at 9 a.m. and at 2 p.m. he was visiting Wild World Zoo. And finally, James and Stephen, they were in Cocoa Beach. Well, from the morning until the afternoon, right? You can see here that they canceled to visit the county street market and they prefer to go to Cocoa Beach. Okay, so now with this information, we can answer the questions, okay, or we can complete the sentences because are not questions. For example, the Japanese tourists, we know that the Japanese persons were Akira and Mieko, okay. So are two, right? So we can use were or we can use weren't. Were for affirmative, weren't for negative. So at the Museum of Modern Art in the afternoon. Well, we can see that that is not true, right? Because they were there in the morning. So the Japanese tourists weren't at the Museum of Modern Art in the afternoon. And then you have to complete number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And finally, we have a conversation. So we're going to be using the same options, okay, was, were, wasn't, and weren't, in order to complete this conversation, okay. So the tourists happy yesterday? Yes, they at different places in the city in the morning and in the afternoon. Good. Were Akira and Miyako in the morning? They were at the Museum of Modern Art. The exhibition, great in their opinion. What about Josh? Where he? Let me see. He at County Street Market in the morning and in the afternoon? He at the beach? Yes, he loves the beach. James and Stephen at the street market in the afternoon? No, they at the beach the whole day. Okay? And with this, we finish the exercises of the review, guys, of the unit number 5. All you have to do now is please take a picture with your cell phone or with a camera, I don't know, and please upload it into Classroom. And that will be it. I'll see you in another class, guys. Goodbye and stay safe. Take care.